Hello, the skies may be blue, but I'm glad you're here with me. So, I am painting the cover of my sketchbook, and when I first went into it, I had all of zero ideas for what I wanted to do. But I knew I wanted to use my Posca pens, so I went and I drew them all in the corner there, just to see what colors I have. And I got a pastel set of Posca pens, because I like pastel colors better. So I was initially inspired by the orange and the yellow, or the red and the yellow and the orange, how they looked all beside each other, and it reminded me kind of tropical vibes, warm and sunny, because it's not been warm and sunny. Well, actually, more recently it has, but when I do this, it was definitely not warm and sunny. So I decided I wanted to do something with tropical flowers, which is similar to how I did the last one where she was in a swimsuit on the beach. But this one's warm colors and the last one was cool colors. So it's different enough. Last time I think it was also gross and cold outside. Even though it was in March? I don't know when I started my last sketchbook. But whatever. So here I go. I decided I wanted to do a girl sitting just surrounded by plants and foliage and leaves and stuff, and then use my green Posca pen. So I drew a little thumbnail for that and the outline of it. And by the way, that's Sophia. She's on that page because I draw her a lot. But, so I have my thumbnail sketch there, and that little square in the corner is also another thumbnail sketch. So I decide I'm ready to start. So I start by sketching it in my white gel pen, because I don't know what else to sketch on this surface, but it's kind of hard to erase. I have to take a wet paper towel and rub at it, and then rub at it with my hands in order to get it to come all the way off. But it was better than going in blind. Even though what happened is I drew it, I guess you'll see what happened. But, so here's my original sketch. I just do it in this white pen. Pretty basic. Oh, do you want to know something fun that I did? I started tennis this week. So that was exciting. I liked it more than I thought I would. Just as a fun, announcement. I started tennis, and I'm usually not very athletic, so yeah, that's fun. But here I go, I'm adding in all the leaves and the flowers, and don't ask me what kind of flower it is because I don't know. And I tried to do a tree in the corner to balance it out, but it didn't work, so I erased it. And I decided I want to pull the drawing over some more. Here I am. I keep trying to add stuff to that corner, but I don't until the very end. Well, not the very end. And here I am holding my arm across because I'm doing something on my computer. And so now we get to see my really, really ugly paint palette, because I let paint dry on it and then tried to scrape it off, but it didn't come off. And it's cardboard, so I don't really want to wash it with water. But whatever. So for the first coat, since it is a black surface, I wanted to do my first coat in white. So I go ahead and do that, and it's actually technically metallic white, because I couldn't find any white paint that wasn't in a gallon jug that I did not feel lugging up the steps. So I use this metallic white, and you can't really even tell it's a metallic white. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just going over everything in this white, so when it dries, you can when you put paints on it, because these paints, some of them are kind of old and transparent, so if you put them on a white surface, they're not as transparent. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my pink pen, and I'm going to go re-sketch out what I had under that sketch, which did feel kind of redundant, and I was not happy that I spent so long on that sketch, only for it to be covered up with white paint, and I had to sketch it again. That wasn't fun. But what I do next is I'm going in with her skin tone, which I mixed from, I have a light skin tone that I tend to mix with a brown and this orangey red I have to make a good skin tone. Oh, here I'm putting writing down a recipe for edible cookie dough for my brother. So if you really want that, you can pause it and look at my really bad recipe writing skills. But I don't know why you want to. But I'm continuing to go in and paint in her skin tone. And I do that for a while, just like fiddling with it. And then I make like a kind of rosier tint of her, like shade, tint, whatever, of her skin tone. And I usually put that on like her cheeks and like her elbows and her knees just to like give it a little more depth and dimension. And then I paint in her hair with a dark brown. And then next I am doing, what am I doing next? Oh, I'm painting in her eyes, which was kind of difficult because the paint was still really wet, but I didn't want her eyes to like sit on top of the paint because it would just look weird in person. So I had to like put that in, and then I'm drying it with a hairdryer because I don't want to wait for it to stop. And then for her outfit, I just don't really have an outfit for her. I just kind of colored it in with pink Posca pen, just so she's wearing something. And next I'm going in and I'm mixing like a green, like a foresty green kind of, and I'm coloring in all of the leaves that I drew with it. And I paint a lot of stuff green in this, but mostly the leaves. And then I go and I add some grass to her feet, and then I'm just kind of like fiddling around, just like putting different shades of green on my paintbrush just to give the leaves some like depth and dimension. Also, it's raining really hard behind me, and I hope you can't hear it, but there is a lot of rain. But I paint a lot of green. I spend a lot of time doing the green and just fiddling around with it until it looks how I want it to. And then once that's done, I mess around on my computer some because, of course, why not? And then next I'm going to start painting the flowers. So what I do is I'm trying to find colors as close to the colors of my Posca pins so that I can use both the paint and the Posca pins like on top of each other. And I actually came pretty close with, I think my red and my yellow were the closest. My orange, not so much. But whatever, I just ended up going over a lot of it with the Posca pens. So here I'm going in and I'm just kind of painting, they're kind of blobby flowers, and I'm just using those three colors and making them flower-y. I don't know, I really don't have a great acrylic painting process. It's not something that I've played around with a ton, mostly because when I'm drawing, it's like I have a little extra time, so I'm gonna sketch in my sketchbook and not I'm gonna sit down and paint with acrylic paints for like 3 hours. But oh well. So here I'm just going in with my wet paper towel and I'm trying to erase like the edges of that white gel pen that I used to put the outline in the first place. And then now, just to give it like a little more like fun flair, I'm going in with like my green Posca pen. That's more of a teal Posca pen, but I'm going in, I'm outlining my leaves in it, which I think gives them like a fun like pop of color. And then I'm also taking my red, orange, and yellow Posca pens and I'm adding on top of those flowers I've done, which at this point didn't work very well because the paint was still kind of wet, but I was also kind of too impatient to wait for it to dry. But whatever, I went in and I spent a lot of time fiddling around with it and just like layering and layering and layering and layering and layering. And I eventually got it to how I kind of wanted it to look. But then after this, I decided to like take a break because I also have to go to sleep. And then I go and I pick it back up in the morning and paint it while I'm in virtual classes. So at this point, it's the next day, and everything's like 100% completely dry, and my Posca pins were like cracking, which I've heard happens when you layer them over something wet, which I did. So I just went and I put another layer of my Posca pins and just tried to like fill up all the little cracks, which turned out pretty well. So I layered some more Posca pin on there, and as you can tell, the drawing's still looking, or the painting is still looking pretty unfinished. So I all along I was planning to just go in with my liner brush pen thing and like outline everything, because a black outline just makes it look better, and I'm not a skilled enough acrylic painter to make something on like that small of a scale look good without an outline. So I go and I outline everything, which like really finalizes the drawing in my opinion, like makes all the flowers pop, like defines the character. And as you can tell, I could not figure out what to do with her outfit. I like color it black and then, well, it's pink and then it's black and then pink again. And at this point, I'm just fiddling around with things, trying to make it look better because it's not turning out exactly how I want. And then I go and I decide I'm gonna paint Sketchbook 3 in a leaf. So I do that. So I think it turns out well. And I don't even paint it white first. I just paint it green and then just do like a few layers of that because I did not feel like painting it white first. But I kind of wish I had done something different with the Sketchbook 3 or just formatted it differently, because it's kind of like disconnected from my character I have down there. I don't know, the cover, it's not exactly how I wanted it to turn out. It's kind of like disconnected, but I don't know, I still like it enough. So I'm going in and I'm like adding the green outline, Sketchbook 3, and then I think I go over that with white, but not yet, of course. Yeah, now I'm taking my white gel pen and I'm adding like little highlights to things, just making them pop. I put a little flower in the girl's hair just to put like a focus point on her. There's really no reason, I just wanted to put a flower in her hair. So, yeah. Here I'm layering over that again, and then I'm putting little like lines to make it look like a font. And then I decided it will look better if I put kind of like a sketchy white outline around everything. And I think it makes it like pop a little more. So I do that and I'm happy with how it looks, but sometimes it's too close to like the painting. So I go in with my black liner again and I put black liner between the edge of the painting and the white outline, which I think really makes the outline and the painting pop. And so now here I'm writing Sketchbook 3 on the side and just my white gel pen and putting lines. And then I wait for the front to dry some, and then I'm going and I'm just painting a leaf on the back. Like my last one I painted a shell on the back, so this one I'm painting a leaf because I don't want the back to feel neglected, of course. But that's a pretty quick thing, it's just green leaf and I just add some texture to it. So then I go and I outline it with the green again. Not again, I guess for the first time. I outline it in the green like I did for the leaf on the front cover. And then I outline it with white and then put the line in black. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing there. I think I'm cleaning my pencil. Not my pencil, my brush. But, so yeah, I add that green line. And I think I put one in the middle. I can't remember. I'm not looking at my sketchbook. But I add the green line and I go over it a few times just to make it stand out. I'm just kind of being redundant now, but like, whatever. And at this point, I add the white line, and that's about it. That's the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And I will see you all in about 2 weeks when I hopefully post my next video. Bye!